Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. 3 individuals are taken to the hospital after an accident at the casino. Also tonight, we get an update on when a medical examiner will be arriving on island. And a focus is put on a topic this month that many aren't aware of. In sports, Team CNMI goes searching for gold on Guam, not silver. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
The phone you want now on the best network and a plan that gives you endless data on chat, social, and music apps. Tell your Docomo Pacific rep you want now with access. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Okay. Can you connect me to Alan, please?
Attention passengers of flight AJ3004, your flight has been delayed.
Woo!
It's the flavor that makes you go, woo. McDonald's new spicy barbecue glazed tenders and chicken sandwich. Made with tender, juicy, all-white meat chicken.
Available in 4, 6, or 10-piece chicken tenders. Try the spicy barbecue crispy chicken sandwich too.
Hafa Day Tirwami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, January 10th, 2020. A collapsed scaffolding at the casino caused injury to 3 employees. Here are the details.
Today at 11:24 a.m., the Department of Fire and Medical Services responded to the grounds of IPI, where upon arrival, DFEMS personnel found 2 patients laying on their backs and a 3rd patient sitting. The first patient, who is a 48-year-old Chamorro male, sustained a 1.5-inch laceration to his forehead. He stated he was working alongside the second patient when the man-made scaffolding fell on top of them, causing them to fall 1 story below. The second patient, who is a 48-year-old Chukis male, denies losing consciousness and were fully mobilized using a cervical collar and spine board to prevent further injuries. The third patient, who is a 20-year-old Chamorro male, says he was working on top of the scaffold when it collapsed, causing him to fall 10 feet down and landed on his back. He sustained obvious signs of swelling to the lower left leg, along with multiple contusions and abrasions to the lower back area. All 3 patients were treated and transferred to the Commonwealth Health Corps Corporation. KSPN reached out to IPI for a statement, and they say, quote, "It's always unfortunate that incidents happen at the construction site. We pray for the speedy recovery of the workers involved and will cooperate fully with US OSHA and DPW on investigating the cause. We will continue to uphold and enforce high safety standards," end quote. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Lemis.
There is no medical examiner in the CNMI, but that may be changing within the next week. KSPN speaks with CNMI Attorney General Edward Menebusen for the details.
4 bodies are in the morgue pending investigation. That's due to no certified medical examiner on island. but Attorney General Edward Menabusen says they are in the process of getting one here.
We've just executed an agreement this morning with the pathologist, and I hope and praying that they'll be here next week.
Which pathologists are we talking about?
We're talking about pathologists out of Hawaii.
The 4 pending cases are
2 victims that were shot in San Antonio. One as the traffic fatality, and there's one that the beach side in Marpi.
Menabusen says he hopes for the medical examiner to be on Saipan next week, but could not release a name at this time.
We are so much, really working hard for the last several weeks trying to put together a team to come out here. It's been a very difficult process. And we're dealing with medical examiners who have a variety of work somewhere else. And, flying out here is not that very easy. So it's been very difficult. And, I've been in communication with the family, with consulate offices concerning this case, and they're all happy that we're doing it, and they wanted us to do it today, but we can't. We have some limitations, right? And so it's one of our projects that we're really trying to push forward, and we hope to get it done soon.
The last medical examiner to perform an autopsy on Saipan was Guam's forensic pathologist, Dr. Aurelio Espinola, who retired in January of 2019. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell.
Also, in speaking with Attorney General Menabusen, he tells KSPN where he is in the process of approvals with the Cannabis Commission.
Currently, Attorney General Edward Menabusen says his office is reviewing regulations that have been submitted by the Cannabis Commission up to this point.
The regulations have been drafted by them, and we're reviewing them for legal sufficiency. And we hope to meet with them sometimes to really iron out some of the issues. It's pretty complex. There's a lot of stuff that requires an in-depth, review, and just put a lot of thoughts into it.
Menabusen states the issues in the regulations right now are:
it's really about measurements of THC. I mean, how do you go about doing that? Do we have an adequate facility for that? What kind of medical technologies out there to measure THC? And how do we go about determining whether an applicant is eligible or not? Those are the issues that are in the regulations right now.
Bail is set at $10,000 for a male that robbed the Laddie-built gym in San Jose. 40-year-old Jerry Ramon is charged with burglary and theft. Officers from the Department of Public Safety were called to the Laddie-built gym after workers of the establishment noticed $20 worth of coins were missing. Surveillance footage revealed a male wearing a black t-shirt and black pants entering the establishment and taking 2 water bottles, 2 energy drinks, and $20 worth of coins from the register. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for January 20th at 2:30 p.m. and an arraignment is scheduled for February 10th. Also in court, Judge Wesley Bogdan recuses himself from a case, and the preliminary hearing is continued for a male charged with sexual abuse of a minor.
A bail modification was presented to Judge Bogdan for 28-year-old Justin Balbauda Pangilinan to be released to his mother as a third-party custodian. Judge Bogdan stated he knows the parents of Pangilinan and that he could not release Pangilinan to them. Judge Bogdan stated no other judge was able to take the case today, so the preliminary hearing is continued with a different judge on a further date. Court documents state on October 9th, an employee from Dr. Rita Halcog Enos Junior Senior High School on Rhoda reported to the Department of Public Safety that there was sexual contact between Pangilinan and a 15-year-old minor. Investigations showed communication between Pangilinan and the minor through social media, and that the two are neighbors on Rhoda. Pangilinan admitted to officers that he had engaged in sexual contact with the minor.
Human trafficking is a hidden crime that knows no boundaries and has destroyed the moral fabric of society. This month, light is brought upon the issue. Sally Limas reports.
Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios proclaims January as Human Trafficking Awareness and Prevention Month in the Marianas. KSPN speaks with Laurie Ogomoro from the Caridad Social Services, who explains the human trafficking situation here in the CNMI.
Right now, predominantly our cases are male labor trafficking victims, although we do have a few female sex trafficking victims right now that we're waiting for their immigration status to papers.
Traffickers use methods of force, abuse, fraud, coercion, and sexual exploitations of minors to keep victims under their control and stay quiet.
Force would be they're going to force you to do something against your will. You have to do it because you owe somebody money, or fraud because you're promised that you're going to get this job, but when you get here, it's something else. Coercion. We had a case where a woman was told that she had AIDS and therefore she has to work for them because no one else will hire her. But after she was rescued, she told us that they told her she had AIDS, but of course we had her tested and she didn't, and that's coercion. It's a psychological indoctrination that you're no good and so you have to work for us.
Pam Brown from the Pacific Ombudsman for Humanitarian Law handles the legal cases for trafficking victims and says recognizing key indicators of human trafficking is the first step in identifying victims and can save lives.
And as far as identifying maybe foreign-born victims, if they're always under the control of someone, if you notice someone going into a store and they're never allowed to speak, and there's always someone older, usually, person that is always the one who speaks. The others never speak. They may travel in packs, but generally the lack of control. Like if you're in a Bank of Guam parking lot and you notice a guy with another guy and you see a passport being exchanged, you just sit and watch, and the guy comes back out and gives a passport back to that guy. That's not that in your heart of hearts, that's just not right. So there's lots of red flags, and you can learn about them, and we want people to start thinking about them. But the main ones are people that are under control and changes in behavior, people acting afraid.
A lot of human trafficking cases involves foreigners here in the CNMI. It is a heinous crime, and this month is to bring awareness to the community and help keep each other safe.
We need help from the community in order to make it stop, and we've been doing this a long time. It's not going to end. We're not going to solve the problem. It's been around since dawn of time.
It's human.
Yeah, but we want to be able to make it to where people in our community know that we're out there trying our best, and we want them to help us, and together we can make it safer.
For more information, you may call the Carida office at 234-6981. This is Sally Lemis for KSPN News.
Coming up, Managaha Island has a future, and we have the status of changing it's going that way. Stay tuned.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. I'm in love. Yeah, sorry. The power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Welcome to the Marianas Eye Institute. Our office on Beach Road is staffed with U.S. certified eye care technicians, doctors that have received national recognition, and a friendly, professional staff that will look after you and your loved ones. With over 1,200 eyeglass frames to choose from and an in-house lab, we can make most glasses in about an hour, and we even feature a mobile clinic to bring eye care to you. Keep your eyes healthy and strong with professional eye care at the Marianas Eye Institute.
Starting January 6th, catch Team CNMI's 2019 Road to the Obstacle Course World Championships on KSPN2, Monday through Friday night at 6:30, right after the Channel TV.
So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, And the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's Gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it.
Welcome back to the weekend edition of Channel 2 News. The Commonwealth Utilities Corporation is advising customers in certain areas of the island not to consume tap water as chemical levels are higher than the health advisory level.
The chemical contaminants PFOS and PFOA are human-made substances found in commercial goods like carpet, clothing, furniture, and minerals that are resistant to water, such as cookware or grease, and are also two contaminants that are found in our drinking water system.
We're required by the state, by BECQ, to monitor them, these compounds, once a quarter. So we go out every quarter and get the samples. That's 4 times a year. And unfortunately, the levels are remaining above the health advisory level for the last year. So we just have to keep giving customers updated information of what the level was the last time we tested.
The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has issued health advisories of 70 parts per trillion, where if the two chemicals exceed that level in the water, it is not safe to drink.
According to the EPA, they have a health advisory level. This is a non-enforceable level, and they have said that over the course of a lifetime, people should not drink water that's above 70 parts per trillion.
CUC performs regular monitoring of the PFOA and PFOS levels in drinking water, where results have called for removal of wells in certain areas.
6 of them are closest to the airport firefighting facility, and then 2 are on the other side, the east side of the runway near airport training facility.
CUC collected samples from the Astrolahi tank in December of 2019. Results showed 105 parts per trillion. That's 35 parts per trillion over the recommended health advisory level.
We've delineated the water that comes from the Astrolahi tank, and that serves areas of Chalanlaulau, Iliang, Chalankidza, Astrolahi, Kanatabla, Finasisu, Oliai, and then parts of southern Garapan, Gualarai, parts of Gualarai, parts of Susupi, parts of Vaslito, and parts of Asperdido.
So what exactly is CUC doing about the problem?
So CUC has applied for funding to obtain and purchase and install a granulated activated carbon filtration system. It's in the plans, it's been submitted, and they're awaiting approval of the funding. And as soon as we have that funding available, we will be working to get it procured and installed.
Eliminating the high levels of PFOS and PFOAs in the areas that are served by the Astrolahi tank. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell.
And we have more tonight with the Secretary of Public Lands on the status of the future of Managaha Island.
We've been in communication with the operator, the operator and the proposed operator. They did a site visit, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and we're waiting on that engineer contract. Again, we have not given the official NTP because we're concerned that the RO needs to be operational, and we don't want to see a closure of Managaha one day because the RO failed and the septic sewer failed, and the water quality is forcing everybody to be removed. So I think that the existing or UTOP is working with their engineer to get their documents in. We have a meeting with them this week, and we're hoping to close that soon.
All right, coming up in the KSPN2 Sports Report, CNMI rallies in the bottom of the ninth in the Micronesia Baseball Classic. As Yogi said, it was deja vu all over again. January 6th. Catch Team CNMI's 2019 Road to the Obstacle Course World Championships on KSPN2, Monday through Friday night at 6:30, right after the Channel TV.
You deserve more. I know it's been hard. Come on, let's go for a ride.
Hi, welcome to Dow Rent to Own.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now this feels like home.
Dial Rent to Own. Making lives better since 1987.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, CNMI baseball has heart. I've said it before, and I believe it because I've seen it so many times when in international competition, Team CNMI will not give up. Today was the final day of the Micronesia Baseball Classic on Guam. Coach Wright was eliminated yesterday. This morning, Team CNMI batting in light blue against Pohnpei. The loser is going to leave with the third place. Down 3-2, bottom of the ninth, team staged a miracle rally. Lorenzo Sabaclim and Dennis Cabrera both reaching to lead off the bottom of the ninth. Sabaclim scored to tie the game, and then with Cabrera on third, it was Henry Lizama Jr. at the plate. There he is in the light blue, and he is going to get a base hit, and Cabrera is going to come running down third base, and the CNMI eliminates Pohnpei 4-3. Frankie Lieto got the win after coming in to pitch relief for Mike Mooney. Well, the CNMI then played Guam for the gold medal this afternoon. Their third matchup this week, Wednesday, it was CNMI 5, Guam nothing. Thursday, it was Guam 6, CNMI 4, and today it was Guam 8, CNMI 3. CNMI unglued themselves with 8 errors. Guam did win, though, as they used their 2 professional pitchers. All right, one of the greatest comebacks that I've witnessed was at Palacios Ball Field for the first Micronesia Baseball Classic. Gold medal game, CNMI trailing Guam 13-2 at one point before they staged a most remarkable and memorable comeback, a KSPN2 Sports Classic from 3 years ago. Runs indeed. Brian Camacho leads off the bottom of the ninth with a solo shot over the left field fence, as Coach Manny Sablon points out. He was met at the plate by a welcoming committee. Down by 4, Juan Iguel drives in Henry Lizama Jr. with that single.
Stay! Oh, you...
Lamarck Iguel drives in Juan. A single past the second sacker. And fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Jesus Iguel, he singles past the shortstop. Ben Jones, he singles over the shortstop to tie the game at 14-14. We're going to extras. Top of the 10th, Guam, a single to center. No! Patrick Tenorio, the running snag. Guam comes up empty. Bottom of the 10th, 2 outs, nobody on. Juan Iguel lines a solid single to left. Oh, you better believe it. Furlan Sherman, a shot off the first baseman glove into right field. Juan Iguel comes around. He scores. It's over. CNMI wins the championship 15-14.
Well, it's Friday, payday for some. Others have to wait. No one waits for the top plays of the week.
Coming at number 5, John Joyner says, put that stuffing in your turkey. Coming at number 4, the new TSL gym floor with its cushioned tiles. Great for playing on and for crawling on too. Coming at number 3, it's related to number 4. It's those tiles again. Gia Hemley with the floor burn. 1 minute later, she crashes into the fence. Gia Hemley takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Coming at number 2, Brian Lubau. This missile launch into the back of the net. Go, Brian Lubau, number 2. And the KSPN2 Sports Top Play of the Day, Martin Jambor scores 11 goals in 1 game. Are you serious? 11. Count them. 11 goals in 1 game. Martin Jambor. Top player.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Come drive. Kids carts available now at the Seaside Circuit, and best of all, adults go along for free. Teach your child how to drive the best way possible by letting them take the steering wheel. You'll be along for the ride just to make sure things go smoothly. Kids carts, the Seaside Circuit. Bring your local ID for a special half-a-day rate.
Today's high 84, low 77, humidity 93%. Tomorrow partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 10 to 20, high around 86, low 76, seas 7 to 9 feet. Full moon tonight, woohoo! Center high 646, high tide at 9:07, low tide 26, sunset at 3 past 6.
I wonder if we'll get to see that full moon.
We might not get to see it.
Yeah.
Oh well, just go Google it and you can see it on the internet.
Yes, probably see some pictures if there will be one.
There's some good pictures great pictures on the internet.
All right, well, let's get out of here so we can get prepared for that.
Let's get this weekend started. See you Monday.
Starts right
now.
Have a good night.